What first got you excited about blockchains? Think about it. Oh wait. I bet it wasn't multi-million-dollar hacks, exposed data, or finding somewhere safe to store your seed phrase. Was it? Maybe it was the idea of decentralizing a broken financial system. Maybe it was imagining a world where people own their own data and get to sharing the value it creates. Or maybe it was the promise of a fundamentally better way of connecting, communicating, and transacting. The next phase of the internet that empowers us instead of exploiting us. So why hasn't that happened yet? Why are we still living with the same broken system that blockchains promise to fix? It's because blockchains can't keep a secret. Enabling open, transparent systems was only the first half of the challenge. For blockchains to really change the world, they also have to be able to protect our sensitive data when it matters. And that's where we build Midnight, to bring down the final barrier to mass adoption and unlock the full potential of the decentralized web. Let's build the internet we deserve, together.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know this in crypto. Ownership matters. That's why Cake Wallet. Cake Wallet gives you full control of your digital assets, all in one easy-to-use application. You can store Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, Monero, and many more with just one secure backup. Swap between coins in seconds. No copying addresses, no complicated steps, and even includes Bitcoin Lightning for faster payments. And with Cake Wallet built in, you can use crypto in real life through debit cards or gift cards. Simple, secure, self-custody. Download Cake Wallet and take control of your crypto. Guess who's back in a suit? David's back in a suit. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's still banned? Guess who's still banned on TikTok? Shadow banned. Shadow banned. Dan-na-na, dan-dan-na-dan. Yeah, I got an ear. Dan-na-dan-na. Y'all created a monster, but nobody wants to see David no more. All right. It's Friday. You imagine he went ahead and spit a rhyme just like that, and he said a bunch of shit. Because I was bleeping. I can't even sing an Eminem's. You imagine Eminem coming out in this day and age? Could you imagine Eminem coming out? Could you imagine Eminem rapping now? Like the shit that he was rapping off his first LPs? Nah. Oh my God, he would have been so fucking canceled. There is no Eminem in this culture. Nah, there is no Eminem. Anyway, yes, I bought one or two suits yesterday at the mall. I bought some drippy stuff. And then I watched the NFL draft. Shout out to the Giants. I don't know what these, like some of you guys are watching the NFL draft as if you're playing Madden. Okay, I was a little bit mad that we didn't get Downs. Okay, we had Downs. We could have picked Downs at the 10th. Okay, with the 10th pick, we could have got him. But we got Reese, and we got this big Samoan. Okay, like he's plowing people into the ground. How can you be mad at the Giants for getting an offensive tackle? How can you even be mad? We have not had an offensive line for 10 years, man. And you guys are crying that we went and addressed that issue to get an offensive lineman that is 6'6", 340 or 50 pounds and runs over people and smashes them into the ground. You're mad about that? To protect Jackson Dart? Are you an idiot? We had one of the best drafts yesterday. We had the best player in the draft fall into our laps at number 5 because the Jets are stupid. And so are the Titans. I'm sorry. You take Tate. Okay, I'm not saying he's a bad player, but really? Really? Thank you, though. Thank you. Appreciate it. I appreciate that. We'll take that. Anyway, let's bring in Landy. Let's start the show off. Let's bring it. Those Samoans have been doing that since. Yeah, I'm telling you. How can you hate? How can you hate what we did? How can you hate what we did? Like it was a great draft. It was. Yo, is my shit glitching out right now? Is our thing glitching? I hope the shit is not glitching out right now. Anyway. You know what? It is glitching, right? I caught that for a second. I caught it on the screen. I was like, yo, this shit is glitching. Landy's in the back in the green room asking if I hear him. No, I don't hear you when you're in the green room, but I will bring you right in right now. Because I will definitely hear you now.
I thought you meant like, is it glitching? Like, am I when you were bringing me
No.
into the stream?
It was literally I was watching the screen just now and like the live screen here, and it was glitching. Like meaning it was like blacking out in and out. All right, it is what it is. Sometimes. All right, so this is the situation right now, Landy. We're good on X, but now we're back with Shadow Ban. I can't. This is like it's like every week it switches off.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Is it even live?
Yeah, it's live. We're live. Don't worry about it.
So because I was unable to even when I first logged in to TikTok, I was unable to even see that you were here live. So now I see it.
Did you get scared?
No. No, I just went and I joined a space and started talking speaking lovely words about my newest venture, Super eCash. For those that don't know, this is a beautiful, beautiful. It's huge. It's the greatest Bitcoin hard fork that you're ever going to see. Yeah, it's a joke, by the way. There's a gentleman who is known in the cryptocurrency circles trying his latest grift with Bitcoin hard fork. So I decided to also become a founder of a Bitcoin hard fork.
Well, you can hard fork this. How about that?
Yeah.
How about that? Yo. All right. All right, hold on. I wanted to ask you a question. By the way, did you watch the draft yesterday or no?
No. I mean, I was keeping track of it. I was unable to watch it. I did not really keep track up until the only thing I know is my Buffalo Bills traded out of the first round. So that's about it. I didn't actually pay very much attention to any specifics outside of like some of the top picks.
I'm looking at myself right now in this suit, and I feel like, yeah, I'm drippy, but like when I don't wear this suit, I look homeless.
What?
No. Meaning like it's not like I look. I'm fine. I'm dripped out. Great, cool. But there's something about like me wearing a suit, like it's the definition of sex.
You know, it's a nice suit, but it's no tuxedo.
I have a tux.
I mean, so do I. I'm wearing it right now.
I got a blue tux. It's dope.
A blue tux? Is it baby blue or is it dark blue?
It's dark blue.
I was gonna say baby blue tux. Yeah, it's kind of.
I can get away with it.
I mean, if you're in Vegas, maybe.
I can walk down New York City with it.
In a baby blue tux?
Yeah, I can get away with it. I could.
Now this needs to happen.
I might join the Naked Cowboy. Listen, I was ready to go out to New York City with the way that the markets were playing out a few months ago. I was ready to go ahead and bring my piano out there and sit right next to, or bring the violin and start, singing in my underwears.
You know,
Lately, have you ever wore speedos to the beach?
Speedos to the beach. No, I'm more of a board short guy.
So you don't wear speedos.
No, more board shorts. I like board
I'm
shorts.
talking about speedos with a G-string.
No, no,
Never.
no. If I'm gonna do that, I might as well just go down to the nude beach just right around the corner.
But I hear like Cali dudes love to wear those G-string
It is not
speedos.
as popular on the public beaches. On private beaches, it is definitely a thing. Yep. I mean, look, where's the string gonna
Hey,
go? I am a puppet after all. Like that string's gonna get lost.
the puppet obviously will not admit to things, but when I was younger, I wore speedos, Tarzan speedos.
I
Right.
mean, if you're gonna go and swim laps at the pool, like an Olympic-sized swimming pool, sure, wear a Speedo. You need that speed.
They didn't have boxer brief speedos kind of things back in the day.
Uh,
So they made you wear. You were a lifeguard. They made you wear speedos.
yeah, I mean, I know it was early 2025 when they really came out with shorts that you can wear in the water. Yeah.
That I'm thinking. You know what? Okay, so I got the nickname. Legit, I got the nickname Tarzan. Wow, I can't even believe I'm saying this today. But okay, got a nickname Tarzan, right? Because I had long hair my up until.
Zan for short. Yeah.
Say it again.
Zan for short. Yeah.
They used to. They see me. I don't know what the fuck my mom was doing. I got to be honest. If she's hey mom, if you're watching, I mean, I don't know what the fuck you were doing. Seriously, how do you put that name? That name was forever with me, man. But long hair, always had long hair up to here, man. And I came to the pool one day, rocking these things, and the lifeguards were like, "Yo, Tarzan."
Went to a public pool.
No,
Speedos.
private. This was private.
The
And
private pool?
oh my god, this girl was so hot. Can I tell you? Hold on. Hold on. This girl, this lifeguard, obviously I'm what am I fucking 9 or some shit? But this girl was like she was like the European version of I don't even say Pamela Anderson because like I'm trying to it's kind of like going into like the whole Baywatch shit, but I don't know, just like the European, like Europeans have like cuts on the never mind. Long story. Europeans have like a European, right? I'm talking about real Europeans, okay? Europeans like usually have this like little cut, like little cut on their eyes. If you look at European females, I'm just saying truthfully, like you go look, and I don't know how this is here, but I don't know how this is here. Like I don't know how we are here on this topic, but hey, I'm just
Like a cut, like a scar? Like are
it's not a
you going
scar,
like
it's the cut of the eye. It's the cut
Kojima
of the
Metal
eye.
Gear style? Like
It's the DNA of European women is just like there's a cut. I'm just anyway,
mhm.
bro. I'd swim for hours
Just so you
on
could
her
be near
on,
her.
on her shift. I'd be swimming for hours. I was doing laps in the Olympic pool, bro.
You're a young simping David. Yep.
I was like, yo, I'm gonna marry her. She's
Yeah.
like 30. I'm 9. Yeah. Hey, move it. France trying to move us along here. Like what? I'm thinking right now.
Thinking out
back.
loud. He's
The fuck?
reminiscing. He's
Listen,
reminiscing.
I will come on here with speedos on. Do not dare me.
And she's probably somewhere thinking about like, whatever
missed out.
happened to
She missed
Tarzan?
out, man. She missed out.
Yeah. Wonder where Tarzan is today.
Oh my god. This, by the way, I went into space. Landy was in space yesterday. I was actually, like I said, I was right after the show. I was heading out to go ahead, because I deserve something. I deserve something. I deserve something. So I went and got myself a few things because I deserve it, right? I deserve it. And I'm listening to Landy on a stage. Nat is, and by the way, I've never heard Nat speak. Never heard of her speak. Never, never heard her speak ever. Coffee, like I knew it. Yo, she is 100% Puerto Rican. She's Puerto Rican. You see, I have to. No, hold on. I gotta be careful here because if I say she's Puerto Rican and she's Dominican, there's gonna be beef.
Yeah, okay. See, I'm gonna tell you, there's gonna be beef.
All right, so she's Spanish. Whether she's Dominican or Puerto Rican, I don't know. Kind of. I heard the Puerto Rican accent. I don't know, but Landy said his famous words. Hold up. Give me just a minute.
Real quick. No. No, this was not quick. It's not only this show, ladies and gentlemen. It's not only this show. It's everybody's show. Okay? Everybody's show is Landy's show. Because like he said real quick, as soon as he said that shit, I was like, this shit is not real quick. This is one eternity later kind of shit. Like this is holy fuck. And he's like, Landy has this thing where if you're going to try to talk over him when he says that, he is going to talk over you, or he's going to say, excuse me. Like the whitest person in the world. Like he said, excuse me. Like you were absolutely white yesterday. Like there is no doubt about it. I don't care if you're dressing up like a parakeet here or a puppet or a dog or a cat. You were mad white. You were Mr. Caucasian yesterday. 100%. Yo, you were mad Caucasian yesterday. Holy shit. I thought you were going to call the cops on the room. Wait, well, I wouldn't call the cops on my friends. First off,
I could.
First off, shout out to Nat. Nat is awesome, and the whole ATC crew is awesome. Nat, Dave, and
what is this, like a gang?
Crypto.
You just said it like you guys are flipping off gang signs.
Yeah, no, it's the ATC crew. The All Things Crypto crew is. Oh
my god!
No, it's basically a gang.
This is we're done with the show today. Thank you so much. Shout out to the sponsors. Midnight, of course.
ATC.
By the way, we're going to talk about Charles wearing Gigi's. Did you see what Charles put on?
Charles is wild. How is he like, I'm not going to be on social media anymore, just taking a break, and then he's back? What is he doing?
Look at Cash Out is writing grape smugglers. That's, I guess, towards the fuck
smugglers. Yeah, pretty much.
I wonder if that turns girls on, right? Like if you're walking out there with like these, like now I do wear, listen, I wear, okay, hold on. I don't wear Speedos, but I wear a box of briefs, but they're not, I don't got the shorts on. Like they're high. Like I don't give a fuck.
So you see,
so what is that? Like we have to have this conversation.
Look, it starts with wearing shorts that are too short. And before you know it, David, you're going to be pulling your socks up to your knees. And
no.
This is not style. You're just getting old.
No, first of all, I'm European. Remember that. I'm European. Europeans, our fashion comes out. You Americans get European fashion 2 years later. This is true, Landy. This is a true story. Like whatever's happening in Milan, in Italy, right? Some of you guys have never been out the States, so I had to say Italy. For real, some of you guys have never been out your town. But in Milan, like you'll see things there that have come out here 2 years later. Like the fashion trends the trends are always coming out of there. Like I'm being dead ass, man. So no, I would never wear high socks because that's absolutely, and I can't say it. Um, if anything, I wouldn't wear socks. But depending on the
No
footwear.
socks?
No, but
I
depending
was
on the
gonna say this is all right. Yeah, because
depending
there's
on the footwear. Listen, I'm a swimmer. I've always swam, and the less you have on you, I'm not saying butt naked, the better you are at, or the less drag you have when you swim. That's all. Listen,
and you
dudes
primarily
would shave their legs
swim in
when I
and
was
around the New
lifeguarding.
York. You primarily swim in and around the New York area.
I was going to think back to Coney Island days where I was swimming one
Okay.
time and I got hit with a dirty diaper.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if you continue to swim, and I'm surprised that you don't have like a third eye right now, swimming
Well,
around
why?
that area.
Coney Island was listen, Coney Island was great, but then like as more ships started coming in there, they were dumping like whatever. But it wasn't like
Mhm,
it's
mhm.
not Jersey, bro. Jersey's different. Jersey is straight up like you go into Jersey, you go swim in Jersey, you come out with a third leg. Now you can go and start talking about which kind of leg, but I'm just saying you come out with a third leg. Like that's what happens in Jersey. Jersey's the armpit of America. That's what Jersey is. Like that's I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Jersey, though. I do go there. There are some places there that are okay, but there's family there, so you go out there. But Jersey's just a armpit of America. I'm telling you, all it has is woods, bro. That's armpit of America. You get it? You guys are fucking slow. I don't know what's happening today. Okay, I don't know what's happening today. I don't know why. I don't know why Landy came on here to talk about speedos. I really don't know. I don't know why. Topic led into that.
Well,
And
I
later today, by
mean,
the way, Ron Nelson is coming on here, and it's going
who?
to be Landy. My bad, Neil. I'm off today. Rob. Didn't I say Rob Nelson or I said Ron?
You said Ron. It's
Oh.
okay, but it's Rob's brother, his twin brother, Ron.
No, I had a friend named Ron. That's why I keep on mentioning Ron. That sucks. You imagine? Here's a guy who works for the company, and you keep.
I'm sorry. You immediately went from Speedo talking to talking about it as well.
Yesterday, I try to work out. I try to do because I'm doing 2-a-days every day. So I did
Yeah.
one in the morning, obviously, and then yesterday, Landy. I swear, like I'm trying so hard to focus in. Like you're doing this right, 9:30 p.m. You're doing this right.
Mm-hmm.
9:30 comes. I put on everything, and I go down, and I look at all the weights and everything that I'm like in my mind. I know what I need to do, and I said I can't.
It's tough, man. If you're doing it's tough.
No, I just like my body said, Dave, you might want to take a break. But then the other side of me was like, no, get after this. Goggins is calling me a bitch, right? So it's like,
Mhm.
and then the
I
NFL
mean,
football
dude's
draft.
back in the military now. So
What is he, 61 or 50? Like he's 60 in the 60s, right?
no. He's in his 50s.
Man, he looks great.
He's in his 50s.
Looks great.
And I believe he's going through well, he signed the contract. I believe he's gonna go through special forces training again.
Yeah. Listen, man,
So
that I respect anybody who takes the time to work out, stay healthy. Um, it is hard. It's a hard thing to do. It's not easy getting up every day and just hitting the weights and doing you have to have a special sickness in order to go ahead and do these things every single day. You have to be determined. Like seriously, you have to really be fucking determined. motivation gets you so far. Like you really have to be determined in order to keep a healthy lifestyle. Like people think like I'm like this health freak. Well, no, I'll eat a fucking cheeseburger. Like that's not. I will eat a cheeseburger.
That's how I broke my fast yesterday.
You did
It's like-
cheeseburger?
yeah, that was bomb. It was a great cheeseburger. And I did have fries, which I usually try to avoid because they're almost everywhere you go, they're fried in seed oil. But no, I did the burger was great. It's great. And like I have no
Yeah.
problem breaking my fast with a burger. It's fine.
You know what's really scary? I was yesterday. I was just like, since I didn't go ahead and do like whatever and do my workout yesterday, I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and fucking read, and I started reading a lot of stuff. You know what? I don't. Maybe I should. Maybe I should talk about it. No, but I'm reading all this stuff, and they're talking about like the rise in cancer, man. Like it's crazy. Like reading a lot of this shit. Like, what the fuck? You didn't hear?
Post-COVID,
Is
yeah.
it
I've seen
because
some
like
of the articles, yeah.
I wanted to maybe like talk about this? Where is it because we have social media that we're able to?
No,
3 decades ago, you don't have, 3 decades ago,
statistically,
you
it's
have a
on the rise.
newspaper, right?
Yeah.
And so you don't have access. Like AOL is not writing out articles, right? Like for those who are old school, AOL, okay, like when you're and you're signing on to AOL, like you're going into a chat room. By the way, I was going into the chat rooms, the Italian chat rooms. Only 23 people could go into a chat room on AOL, okay? I did everything possible to get into the Italian chat rooms. Okay? Don't laugh. If I told you a story about catfishing was real back then. That's all I got to tell you. Catfishing was real. That was fucked up. Okay? You think it's bad now with girls doing cosmetic or digital cosmetic surgery on themselves with the filter and contouring their faces and all this shit? You think that's bad? Wait until you go to 86th Street and meet up with a girl who you thought was a girl.
Look,
Bro.
there is
Bad.
well, to bring something up that you just pointed out, it's part of what we're seeing in that regard, because I think we might be reading some of the same stuff. The statistical uptick in cancers post COVID is kind of alarming, and it's not just in the United States.
Time out.
What we're gonna get
Yeah.
post 2020 is kind of alarming because it's not just in the United States, it's all over the world. So, and that's, you would think like maybe because of social media, we know more about it. It's actually, well, we're more aware of the statistics, but the statistics are bearing out that this is a very concerning post 2020 period when it comes to that kind of stuff. Long tail effects of where it's coming from or how it's coming about are still unknown, obviously, but it is obviously very, very concerning. There's people who have very strong opinions about it too, of what the cause is, but we don't really know at the end of the day.
Brand said most men don't read, and I will say that I know a lot of people that don't read. Women read more than men. That's 100%. Like 100%, I can vouch that I think women read more than men. But reading this, it's fascinating. Like maybe it's just because we have more access to social media. I don't know. Maybe it's just more access to information that we have now versus what we had back then, and that's. But I don't know. Like you didn't hear about these things. Like you just didn't hear about these things growing up. Do you get where I'm going with this? Like you didn't hear like if you
because
grew up in a neighborhood, it wasn't like you didn't hear like somebody catching something. You get what I'm like.
Well, this
Now
is
it's
where
like Now it's crazy. Now it's absolutely, it's actually scary. Besides being
Well,
crazy, it's scary.
it is. It's definitely concerning. I don't know if it's scary. Look,
What do you mean?
people
It's
get
of
sick
course it's
from
scary.
various stuff and pass all the time. The fact of the matter is the actual causes um, in certain categories for people's passing is on the rise, in particular in the cancer category. Now, that also there is really encouraging stuff and encouraging breakthrough research for actually, eliminating cancer effectively. And that's where I think the actual literature, the peer-reviewed papers, and some published papers awaiting peer review are actually very interesting, for cancer research. So but it is very, very concerning that we're seeing this kind of exponential growth in new cancers and specifically in younger people. And it's not just in the US, like I said, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
And we in prior to social media, it's just that that message was still out there. It's just only if the news told you, right,
Yeah.
about certain issues that were going on. Um, and now, unfortunately, and to Fran's, most people don't read these days. Most people just read a headline or a snippet, and then they form their entire opinion around that, which is why we have so many articles that can be written with salacious headlines, and then they bury the actual truth in some paragraphs after they, do hit pieces on whatever their adversaries are, narratively.
Yeah.
So, and usually buried in a lot of that stuff, you'll find, all the contradictions, they kinda bury the lead on those so that you just read the headline, that's the only thing that gets shared on social media, and whenever you see, especially on TikTok for the people that do the news and they're pointing to, "Look, the latest headline," and they just read the headline, and then they tell you what to believe, essentially. They don't even read the article, they don't reference the article, they just tell you, the party line or the biased take that they have instead of being objective, reading the article because the articles aren't objective anymore. Not that they ever really were, but we've society has been conditioned to just understand things at a surface level and then quickly react to it, and that's really where Eh, that's even like when like the article with, well, the couple of articles now concerning cancer and the rise in it. Most
Yeah.
people are just reading the headline. They're not reading past it. They're not it's like polling. People read the polling and they're like, "Oh my god." They don't look at the crosstabs. They don't even understand how polls work, and they don't look at the crosstabs. They don't look at the demographics. They don't look at the cohorts that were polled. Nothing. So, and this works to propagandists benefit, right?
Yeah.
And I think people now, because of what's been going on around the world, are starting to understand that just about everything is propaganda in some form.
For
And
sure.
you and not that you avoid the propaganda, but you should go in with a curious mind as to what are they really trying to do here? What is the real goal of this propaganda? And what is the underlying truth? And nobody's going to an article looking for truth or trying to discover or do more research for truth. They're going to articles and snippets of headlines, for the truth instead of questioning it as soon as they read it. I do think that the audience that you attract, the audience that I attract, many are very skeptical of the news and of taking everything at face value, right? And I think that the wider world is starting to wake up to that. But social media is intensely polarized, because it's just overrun with absolute garbage propaganda and doom scrollable type content. Isn't that lovely? That's
That
the
was
world we live
lovely.
in now. It's lovely. Enjoying it. I hope everybody's enjoying it. Make sure that you put on your Speedos so you can enjoy it even more.
That's right.
Get a little wind on the thighs.
Squeeze them nutsacks. Welcome to
Pause.
welcome to Friday Live. I promise next week we'll be back with the breakdown episode 700. People are like, what the fuck are you doing, Dave? It's crazy. We just did men's attire, swimwear, and somehow we made it here. That is crazy. Okay, so let's wrap up the week. How are we looking here in the markets, Landy?
Well, I'll tell you that traditional markets, in particular, SPY and Nasdaq, still pushing to the upside. Still seeing risk on price action. In traditional markets, we're seeing a little bit of stalling in Dow and a little bit of a down move today. Bitcoin's still right up against resistance. The main resistance overhead that you have to watch here is 78 to 80. Need to see close over close above 80K, and we can start looking towards, if we haven't already gone for the 82.5 to 83. That's the next big area. It's a big monthly area, big daily area for the prior range overhead. And then possibly a trip to the mid 80s from there. 86 to 89 is fair game if we start to see closes above there. But if we do see a rejection in this zone for something like Bitcoin, just look across the crypto markets. Every single asset, major asset especially, we are getting runners in some of the alts, but they're really low cap.
You said Bitcoin's going to 88?
No. If we see a close above this 78 to 80 region, we can start looking at 82.5 to 83. That's a big monthly area. It's a monthly close that was lost prior. And that would be the next big area to pay attention to. If we start to see closes above there, then we can entertain trips to the mid to possibly upper 80s, because the next big area above 80. So we've got 78 to 80 is the main overhead resistance right now. Above there, we have around 82.5 to 83. And then if we see any price action above there, it's all about essentially 86 to 89K, because that's the main overhead resistance in that zone from the prior consolidation range that we were seeing before we went up to test $98,000, which is far away at this point. Now, the big thing is we mean reverted to test the breakdown essentially. And right now it's about, do we recover it on the daily, and even better if it's recovered on the weekly for further upside price action. But if it rejects here, we have to pay very close attention locally to 74 to 76, because if that area is lost, we're back into getting lower lows on Bitcoin and the markets. And every single major looks like Bitcoin right now in terms of its structure. So for Bitcoin, if it loses 73.5 or so, 74, it would be a trend break, because right now it's uptrending. It's been nice. People have been enjoying the nice uptrend, right? But if it breaks down below,
Here comes the bad news from Landy. Go ahead.
It's dependent, right? If we see a close below there, 73.5, 74K, that is going to break the trend. And then we're looking, probably lower to 70 to 72. And that really needs to hold up for the bulls, or it's right back into that low side range, in the 60K range. So, and that's something that I would definitely pay attention to, considering that I am in the camp of, we're going to get a correction in traditional markets sooner rather than later.
Okay.
Doesn't mean they can't get some continuation up, and maybe even like a nice big move up. We're seeing a green day today for NASDAQ.
I haven't even looked at the fucking markets. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have not even peeked.
They need a correction. Like, they need to go find some bids. This is starting to slow down pretty significantly on SPY and NASDAQ. That doesn't mean that we can't get some nice continuation to the upside, but I think we're nearing the point where we're going to see a wider correction sooner rather than later. But traditional markets like to grind, right? They like to grind to the upside, And when things start to get really volatile, that's on the moves to the downside. Traditionally, we see, for those that are in crypto, you already know the saying: "Bulls take the stairs, bears take the elevator." And that's very true in traditional markets, because most of the time traditional markets spend their time grinding higher and higher and higher, correcting, little correction, and then massive corrections, right? Um, and right now, I do think that we're in for a correction, and it doesn't need to even be a bigger, like a massive one, but I think that we are going to be in for a correction here pretty soon for SPY, Nasdaq, and obviously, if that occurs, Dow might be giving it away with a bit of a high already trying to be put in now. Might be a little bit of a canary in the coal mine here, which, when traditional markets correct, can Bitcoin get some continuation to the upside? It's not always one for one, but I would be looking for what areas has Bitcoin recovered to the upside, right? If it's sitting below 78 to 80, we really got to pay attention to the mid 70s down to 70 to 72. Because if that starts to fall apart to the downside, then we're right back in the range near the lows, right?
Yeah.
So, and everything, like if you look at that chart, every single major in crypto is doing the same exact pattern as Bitcoin right now. And, it's kind of to be expected.
Kind of to be expected. Listen, I want to pull back.
What?
I do want to pull back. Just because
Okay.
I can buy more.
Oh, well,
That's the only reason why I want to pull. I want one more pullback into the $20,000 Bitcoin, and then we can go back up.
there are legitimate structures that could get us to very, very low prices. I'm not sold on that being a reality,
Bro,
or
that shit
seeing
ain't
that
gonna
come to
happen. Well,
fruition.
come on, man. I'm just fucking around. That shit ain't happening.
Right, it's just you got a little bit of fear there because there is actually a technical case for that. Not to
Listen, I'll
20,
take it.
but
What are you talking about? Go for it. I'll take
to,
it.
well, maybe about 25, I think would be at worst on one of the more bearish
I just
technical
don't see that
patterns.
happening, bro. How does that even happen, bro?
Yeah,
I
20,
mean, that's
25,
crazy.
30. Yeah, somebody said 29K maybe. Yeah, those are realistic areas of interest, but a lot would
Those
have
are
to
people that
happen in order
are
to get
smoking
there.
crack. People who smoke crack are
I would
doing those
never,
charts.
you never say never. Look, um,
Bro, are you seriously here campaigning for a 29K Bitcoin?
I mean, there is a technical case for it if certain
I'm
conditions are
leaving.
met. That's
You can
like,
have this show. I'm leaving. Have it.
I do I think that that is the most likely outcome? Very
Friday with
low
Landy.
probability.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm gonna
Very,
shut
very
the
low
fuck up.
probability. Very low probability.
Unreal.
There's also a technical case to be made that this could become a monthly deviation, like I showed you very early on when I was showing you the different scenarios in which price could correct to. I said that if we were to break below the higher low at 74.4, we could see potentially, as one of the scenarios, we could see a deviation of trend, meaning that we were in an uptrend, we break that uptrend with a new lower low, and then we come right back up and continue on with the bull market, and that would become a deviation. There is a technical case for that to be made, but that technical case for that to be made ain't happening around these areas. We need to see consistent closes above $98,000 for that to even be considered. Just like for 30,000 or 25,000, we would need to see close over close price action below, in my opinion, 35,000 to 38.5, which are two big monthly areas. If you're a technical analyst, you know exactly where those are. Um, and I just don't see that as a very high probability. If anything, I think the more likely outcome, and we just have to watch it, is we get a final leg down. It's less severe than most believe. Maybe it brings us to mid to upper 40s, and then we carve out a bottom and start getting this thing back underway towards the end of
So
the
you
year
think
and next year.
you still think we're going to 40s?
Um, that's if because the case to be made here is that if we were to break below 60K, that $50,000 region, that 50 to 60K region has support areas, but most of the liquidity is on the bottom side of the $50,000. So like more towards the 48, the 48 to $50,000 level. Although there is areas of interest in the mid to low 50s. A swing below 60, 58 to 60, and then a recovery, great. That'd be a shallow swing, but I still think mid to low 50s in the cards, which opens up that 48K level. Reason why 48K was the lower high that kicked off the bear market in 21 into 22. And when we were coming back up into the bull market, these all acted as very important inflection points. When the ETFs launched and we started the structure change, we started to shift into bull market structure ahead of the ETFs. We went right to that lower high at $48,000, $49.50 in that area. And then we retested down to 38.5 right after the launch of the ETFs, actually filling out that area, showing strength and support in that zone. Very, very highly likely that would be a more likely area if we're going to break below 60, that we would get that at minimum 48 to 50 swept at some point or close to it, even if it's front run around that 50K region. But if that was going to start falling apart, then we're looking 38.5 to 42.5. And there's 44 as a level of 46, and that's the mid 40 region. No one knows. It's all about, do we get higher term time frame closes in those areas for the continuation into them? Like, and then in this case, you could take a higher term time frame as being a weekly
Yeah.
close below 60K. We're probably going to go deeper into the 50s, mid 50s at least, but more likely going for that liquidity 48 to 50K. A nice little sweep.
You
on
know,
the daily.
for me personally, you know, like I want the, like, seriously speaking, for everybody who's tuned in, I don't want to, I'm not trying to FUD Bitcoin, but at the end of the day, I'd like to see it go down one more time so I can accumulate a little bit more before we go back up. Because I don't know if we'll ever see this area again. And I know you hear that all the time. I know people hear that all the time. Oh, we won't see this area, da da da. But I really don't. I don't feel like we're gonna come back to this area once we go flying back up, breaking all-time highs. Because
Well,
maybe the next bottom, what? Am I saying something wrong? Maybe the next bottom is 90, 100K. I don't know. I'm just
in the
saying.
future, yeah, post
know?
post break of this area, it's a solid area between the 90, essentially 90 to $100,000 area is pretty solid.
Here's the best way I can put it for people. There was a time, and I'm going to take this from my own history. There was a time where you could buy condos right on the beach for 50 grand.
Mhm.
50 grand, you got a condo. Like literally on the beach. Beautiful property, 50 grand. And that's the way I look at Bitcoin right now. It's like Bitcoin is there 50, and right now, let me end it, I guess. That 50 grand, if you would have gone in and invested, it's currently worth $2.3 million. So, which takes me
Yeah.
to my point, that's the same way I look at Bitcoin. You have an
Yeah.
opportunity to get into Bitcoin at 50, 60. I mean, this is 70, like it's cheap. Because when it does hit, when it will hit that $1 million mark, you're gonna regret not going in at 50. You're gonna say, oh, 50 was cheap, right? Like that always happens, right? Like it looks expensive right now. And I know not everybody has 50 grand on them, but I'm just, you can buy fractions of a Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be doing everything. You know, my whole thing is I would be doing everything possible, trading my way to acquiring a Bitcoin. That's what I would be doing. So what I mean by trading is, okay, you guys want to go into altcoins and memes? Okay, great. If you hit on one of those things, take profit and just like buy Bitcoin. Like that's your savings account. Think of it that way. I'm going to explain it differently. Bitcoin is your savings account. Okay? You buy Bitcoin, you put it away. That's it. Like if you can't see the writing on the wall where everybody is going to be using Bitcoin, you're crazy. Like every single nation state is trying to acquire Bitcoin. Every single institution is trying to acquire Bitcoin. Multi-million-dollar players or billion-dollar players are trying to acquire Bitcoin. You just don't know about them yet. They haven't come
don't
out here
ask
and
Peter
officially
Schiff.
stated their position on Bitcoin. They don't need to. Imagine if
Well-
they actually came out here and said, hey, we're going. Imagine if Apple came out today and said, we're buying Bitcoin.
Well, I think eventually a lot of corporate companies are going to put Bitcoin on their balance sheet in some manner, whether it be Bitcoin directly, like self-custody the asset, or and have it in their treasury, or they'll put some sort of a Bitcoin backed note on their books.
Yeah.
And when I say Bitcoin backed note, for those that don't know, there's obviously the BitBond initiative, and there's other types of products that are being put together that would be Bitcoin backed. Not just your DATs and these other, your stretches and so on and so forth. We're going to see, and this is where, I was listening to Peter Schiff the other day, make his argument about why he's not a fan of Saylor's products. And
I know why he's doing that, man.
I know he's doing it too. But aside from that, one of the things that that is the biggest flaw in his argument is he's starting from the premise that Bitcoin is worthless. So that, of course, means that that then any argument that is after that really can't be had, in my opinion. This is my opinion. Can't be had honestly and openly, because he's operating from a basis that he believes that this is worthless. So, and if that were true, then well, it wouldn't be at the prices it's at. So, and this is one of the interesting things. Is like, oh, well, all of a sudden everyone's going to wake up and realize, Peter, no, that's not true. It wouldn't have gotten here. And he points to, well, look at how much value it lost since the highs. Like, okay, that's recency bias. Let's go look at gold. All right. For many, many years, you were waiting for the run that you just had. And this is not, and the same argument could be levied against gold during, from, coming right into the 2020 era, right? It was doing a whole lot of nothing, right? We had some nice pops, 2011 beyond, and then it was just sideways and very volatile moves to the downside. So, and one of those things is like, I'm a fan of gold. I like gold. I have gold in my portfolio. I have gold right in my safe. I have silver. I have precious metals.
You have gold that you bought from Costco, right?
I did not buy Costco gold, but you want to know something? They actually work with good.
Hey, you can only buy 4 bars a day.
Yeah, they work with good companies though for their gold, from what I've heard.
We'll be right back after this commercial break.
What first got you excited about blockchains? Think about it. Oh wait. I bet it wasn't multi-million-dollar hacks, exposed data, or finding somewhere safe to store your seed phrase. Was it? Maybe it was the idea of decentralizing a broken financial system. Maybe it was imagining a world where people own their own data and get to sharing the value it creates. Or maybe it was the promise of a fundamentally better way of connecting, communicating, and transacting. The next phase of the internet that empowers us instead of exploiting us. So why hasn't that happened yet? Why are we still living with the same broken system that blockchains promise to fix? It's because blockchains can't keep a secret. Enabling open, transparent systems was only the first half of the challenge. For blockchains to really change the world, they also have to be able to protect our sensitive data when it matters. And that's why we built Midnight, to bring down the final barrier to mass adoption and unlock the full potential of the decentralized web. Let's build the internet we deserve, together.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know this in crypto. Ownership matters. That's why Cake Wallet. Cake Wallet gives you full control of your digital assets, all in one easy-to-use application. You can store Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, Monero, and many more with just one secure backup. Swap between coins in seconds. No copying addresses, no complicated steps, and even includes Bitcoin Lightning for faster payments. And with Cake Wallet built in, you can use crypto in real life through debit cards or gift cards. Simple, secure, self-custody. Download Cake Wallet and take control of your crypto. We're back with the puppet and myself. It's the puppet's world, and I'm only in it. Welcome to the Friday Live. I think in about 15 to 25 minutes, I guess, Rob Nielsen will be on. Not
Nelson?
Ron. Nelson. If I get the first name right, I get the last name wrong. But he'll be on. Yo, fuck. What is this? An onset of
It's a
Alzheimer's,
meme.
man? What the fuck is happening?
This is a meme at this point. What's the ticker?
Jesus Christ. By the way, do you think
So just for the audience, by the way, David actually, in like outside of this, right? He knows my real name, but he already forgot it. He can't even call me my real name because he only knows me as Landy. That is the funniest thing ever.
I know your name, I'm just would never say it.
I know that, but it's funny.
It's just weird because like it doesn't even fit you.
It doesn't fit my voice.
No. I think you're like I think you're more like I gotta think. I don't know. Give me a few. I'll think about it. Give me a few and I'll think about it. No, the reason why I started laughing before we get back into it, like I started laughing because I'm like, I've been reading like the timeline for a few days now, and I'm like seeing like dudes trying to kick it to women in crypto,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like,
It's getting weird.
dudes out here don't get no ass. Like, I just started just thinking about that.
Well,
And forget about the ass part. Fine, like let's put that to the side. Like these dudes have never had a relationship with a girl. The only time these dudes have been touched by a woman is by their mom or grandma. Like that's how I feel. Like I feel that. Like I feel like they've only gotten a kiss on the cheek by Grams. That's it. Because I don't know, like with the way they speak and the way they act, like who the fuck is dating these dudes? Like who? And then
social skills are on the decline for sure.
And then some of this, let me hold on. Let me just not rank on all the dudes, man, because I always do that, right? I'm always like, but I'm like trying to inspire men to be better, right? Make men great again, right? Kind of thing. I don't know. Like, yeah, make men great again. Like, fucking. You imagine, like, I don't want to diss the military either, man. But imagine the new recruits. You get where I'm going with this, right?
You don't have to imagine because
We had it.
there are good videos that especially out of the US Army of new recruits coming in day one with the drill instructors, and yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Generation's a little soft.
We've raised soft, limp-handed men. That's the problem.
But
hold on.
They turn out. Here's the thing. I will give them credit. They are often defiant, so they want to prove like the drill instructor wrong and make it through. And it's about crossing that Rubicon, getting over this like this social anxiety, the awkwardness, the everything is about me-ness kind of a stuff kind of thing. And that's everybody, but it's different with this generation. But once they get over the other side, some of them are really, it's kind of amazing to watch. Anyway,
No, I'm sorry. I
I
can't look at
wouldn't
the
know anything
comments,
about
but I can't look at the comments because somebody said that your name is Gus.
it. Jake Gus. Ralph. Oh my god, do I sound like a
Uh,
Ralph?
uh,
I'm in
look,
danger.
here's the problem. Here's the problem that we have in the current setup. Men are men. There's only a few, but they're men are men, and they're looking up to people that hit themselves with hammers. That's what the
Well,
current generation is. You have you have kids that are ODing on Adderall, all this stuff, like just like, and the live streaming it, and this is what's put in. This is basically what these young males are watching, and they think it's cool.
but I don't know. Here's the thing.
But
I've
not to
got
get.
some
Let me just land this here.
okay.
But it goes the same. The same goes for women. Women are way too concerned with how they look. There's nothing wrong with being proper. I'm saying they've taken it to the next level. See, they look at
Mhm.
Instagram. Like, you have pretty women out here, right? I'm sure you
Yeah.
you walk around, you see pretty women. I don't think women are confident in themselves because they doom scroll on Instagram, they doom scroll on TikTok, and they see women that have digitalized themselves. And what I mean by that is like they've had digital cosmetic surgery. Like, how many videos have you seen where like there's a girl who's really really natural? I'm trying to be nice so I don't get banned from TikTok. Really really natural, and then she pops in her dentures and she puts on her makeup and she's a totally different person. I'm not even kidding about the denture part. I'm being serious. I've seen these videos where like you do a double take and like holy fuck, and then like then you also see, even if the women ain't doing putting dentures in their mouths, you see women that are really 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 pretty, but they've gone through so much cosmetic surgery to. So like
Yeah.
you have a society now that's not confident in nothing. Nobody knows how to hold a comment. You know what I thought was the sexiest thing? What I think still is the sexiest thing. So here's my standpoint. This is my standpoint. This is my viewpoint. A girl can be a 6 out of 10. Legit, I'm not even kidding. There could be a girl who's a 6 out of 10, but if she's intelligent and she knows how to hold a conversation and it's interesting, it's a 9 out of 10. At least that's something that's my skill. Because
Well,
what good is a girl, like what good is a girl or a woman who's a 9 or a 10 out of 10, but you can't hold a conversation with the woman. And
well,
like a lot of these dudes got to pay an arm and a leg to be with the woman. That's not a relationship. You're just a bitch. That's all you are, and you're not getting nothing out of it. You got nothing out of it. I think that's one thing you need to seek out is that conversation.
I'll
Because
be
that's
honest with you
interesting. If
though.
you can hold a conversation with somebody and it comes naturally, that's an amazing thing. Not seeking to restructure your face, hit yourself with hammers. Okay. Guys need to know how to present themselves, say hello, like gentlemen. Like, why can't we go back to the age where it's proper? It's like, hi, my name is. How are you doing? Like, it's just like, you don't have that anymore. And some of these women will look at that and say, yo, that's whack. Look at this dude. He approached me like he got pencils in his pocket. And I get that. This is where society is all fucked. I'm telling you. It's all a major part of it has to do with this. Number one, social media. Number two, social media gives you a selection. You didn't have this selection 2 decades ago. You didn't have a selection.
No, okay.
You had regional.
Beauty
You didn't have
standards
you didn't have
and
international. If you guys get where I'm going with this.
but it was beauty and ethics standards were in the magazines, in movies, in television. Right? Now it's moved on to social media. Here's the thing
No, but
though.
Landy, look at even when like they were modeling, Like they were healthy women. They weren't like okay, there
But
was
it was
Photoshop.
still, point being is that's what that you had a single point. You had fewer points of references that were very I still very idealistic, right? Now what we have is it's a complete shit show because you have essentially a the algorithms pumping out absolute garbage. But here's my counterpoint to a lot of this. I actually don't think society is cooked because there's plenty of young ones in my family, all right, that either have just graduated or going through school. Got young ones of my own, and they they understand, I think, better than many adults do, that this is nonsense. And they think that they don't necessarily look up to it as they need to be the ones doing this. That's a very small percentage of them. Many of them look at it and go, that's complete nonsense, but the spectacle cannot be ignored. So we have our own lingo and memes that we have, created within our age group, right? And out of that, you get a smaller percentage of these just absolute um, uh, polar ends of the spectrum kind of nonsense. But it's more of a spectacle to them. Like they're aware that this is not how you should be, how you should act. And that would be the majority versus the minority. The minority gets pumped out there via the algos, but because the majority is just there for the spectacle, it becomes a self-perpetuating viral sensation kind of a thing that doesn't go away and does bilk a small percentage of them into the nonsense. But I think by and large, man, I've been to I was just at some graduations last year. I was telling you, and like I have hope for the future for the young ones because
I
they're rejecting what they've been all of the nonsense that they've been taught in school. They're rejecting a lot of the stuff that's being pushed by the adults of society. They're rejecting their peer groups that have gotten out there, and they're making them the spectacle. Like they'll share it around, like the ATL guys that were like that people are making fun of the ATL gang members, right? It's like you don't even know what a gang used to be, bro. Like that kind of stuff. Like even the kids are sharing this around like you wouldn't have survived in the old days, but it's still going viral. So these guys are encouraged to do it more because they're making money off of doing this kind of crap. And I don't know, it's like the Island Boys stuff all over again. Like nobody really likes them.
yeah,
It's
nobody wants
just that
to
they're
see two brothers kissing.
but it's the spectacle. Like, they don't really have fans, but they're making a ton of money because of the spectacle. And I think that the young generation is actually more
Yeah,
aware than many
but
people are.
women now again, like I I go okay, hold on. Reset. Women now though, they talk about that they actually don't know. This doesn't even happen anymore. I actually have to take that back. Women now only start crying about I wish I had somebody into their once
30s.
they're past 35. They start,
I would
"Oh
say
my
30s.
god, like I can't meet anybody." Yeah, you can't meet anybody because you had somebody who is willing to go ahead and, you know, be there, I guess, like, be there for you, have a normal conversation relationship with you, but you decided that you wanted somebody who was, like, obviously the bad boy, right? You wanted that shit. You can't cry now. I see the like, yo, my timeline is fucking crazy. You see just women saying, "Oh, man, I can't find a good man." Yeah, you won't find them because 'cause they're taken. Right? The good men are probably taken. Most of them are taken.
You know,
You asked out. You asked out.
it
You can't
depends.
cry. You wanted to club. You wanted to be you wanted to be at the celebrity fucking, spots and shit. Like you caused this on yourself. I'm that's what that's true shit, man. But also some of these dudes too, like they're too busy buying NFTs. Seriously, they're so locked in. There are a lot of people. Yo, I talk to a lot of dudes. They're like, yo, I'm so locked in. I'm like, do you ever like live life? They're like, nah, I'm locked in right now. I can live life later.
Well, I mean, yeah. People think that
Hey,
like I do this stuff all the time, and like at these days I don't know what locked in even means. Like I'm on my phone, I'll be on a space, and I'm literally at the store. I'm doing stuff around the house, or out, you know, traveling somewhere. Like I sit down and I record videos every once in a while. I'm in front of the screen to
yeah.
actually, show charts and stuff like that. Like what is locked in really? Just it's like the focus of
Locked
their
in is like
entire
what they've
day.
always been, but now they have computer access
Yeah.
or internet, excuse me, internet access, and that they're just more locked in, uh,
I
locked in
just
their
don't.
room, smelling like ass,
Yeah.
onions, and all types of
I mean,
odors.
look, I don't think I most of the Reddit side of crypto has self-immolated, right? Like they're still around, but they've mostly self-immolated. And when I say the Reddit side of crypto, y'all know what I mean. If you know,
Anyway,
you
the
know.
women, I would say the women are as much at fault as the men, but I also will say, like, if a woman can't hold a conversation, out, run. It's the truth. It's one. Hey, I'm not saying like the dude can hold a conversation. I'm just saying like from a dude standpoint, like if a woman can't hold a conversation, that is not for you. You go get. You are absolutely going to get bankrupt. You will, you will, you are going to get slaughtered, bro. Like you, no, no, you got to seek that. I'm telling you, you got to find that. You got to find somebody that can. Oh, look at, Fran's hitting me back. It's the truth, though. It's the truth. Like you want to
Uh,
sit. I'm telling you, a woman who looks like who's a if you rank a woman by looks, if she's a 5 out of 10 or a 6 out of 10, if she is intelligent, she knows how to hold a conversation. The way she has this aura about her, the way she carries herself, she goes from a 5 to a 6 to a 9. I'm telling you, like
I thought you almost were
that's
gonna
the
go goes
truth.
from like a 6 to a 7. 6, 7, baby.
You're not like from that standpoint, you're not trying to impress the world, right? Like you're trying to
No,
you get where I'm coming from
but
this? Like
but a
she's a
lot of
9
women
to you because of everything she like put together all the ingredients, she's a 9.
women mature faster than men. Um,
No, 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 no.
they do.
I used to say this, and I come from a household full of women, 95% women.
Yeah.
What I see out there now, bro, maybe 1 out of 10, 1 out of 10 is old school. 9 out of 10, no. It's the Instagram. It's the Instagram era. It's
Well,
they're too busy on their like I don't even know. Life passes them. They go to a club and then like what's the
but then
point?
there's
You're not
well,
enjoying
yeah.
yourself. Like any of you motherfuckers going out and chilling. What are you doing? You're not enjoying yourselves. You're looking at a phone the whole time. Stay home.
Well,
Dress up. Lay on the couch and stay the fuck home.
a lot of the women that are over 30 now are in limbo because they were part of that age group and
You
that
don't want them.
time.
You don't want
Well,
them.
it's at that age group and time where they were maturing faster than the men, and the men were pretty immature. And so the women then, to align with the men, ended up doing, all of the fun stuff that they wanted to do. So they wanted to be me and independent, all that kind of stuff. And now that they're getting into their 30s, they're realizing that as the men mature, the mature men are not there for them anymore. The mature
Man, if I
men.
can really if it wasn't for TikTok, I would really open up this Band-Aid.
Yeah. Look, I just don't. I think that that is where we are in this time period, right? Because you're looking at women who are in their 30s now, back in 20s, 16, were in their 20s, in 2014, 2015, they were just, getting out of high school. right? So maybe they went to college, maybe they didn't, but it was all about partying, and in that time period, younger dudes, yeah, kind of wild, right? And it's like you're not gonna really be settling down with some of these wild younger dudes in most cases. A lot of and a lot
We'll
of
bring on a
them,
woman. We'll bring on a woman. I'm gonna bring on a woman on this topic, and
yeah,
I'm going to debate it because that then it'll be fair. Because I
they're
can guarantee you, I'm gonna bring. I have a lot of women that I know. I will bring them on here, and I will debate them on this topic. And I guarantee you, I will make them stutter up.
okay. Well, I would here's my point. I think that this current generation, especially in the past couple of years, past 5 years or so, the only fancification of and incentive structure for women in particular, by and large, is very, very destructive to younger women because they look at that and they go, wait, I could work really hard and get nothing. I'm struggling everywhere I go and everything that I'm doing. I can't make enough money. I've got to, live with friends or stay home and live with family, or, whatever it is. And then they see all of these OnlyFans chicks coming out who are making tons of money very quickly by really destroying themselves, now and into the future
Yeah,
because they're not going to be wanted into the future. I'm sorry. Like there's only a few that will remain popular and pull the Pam Anderson and stay relevant for any length of time. And money only brings you so far. Money can only make you so happy. By the way, people say money can't buy happiness. It can buy you a degree of happiness, but it's very shallow happiness and it doesn't last long because then
for sure.
everybody around you wants a piece of you, not because of you, but because you got something. You got money. And that's where a lot of these women that are getting involved in that are getting surface level relationships, surface level satisfaction for money, and it just becomes it's very, very self-destructive, very destructive for women. And I think that that's actually one of the bigger problems. And I'm actually glad that more younger women are actually coming forward to talk about how it is a problem. I've seen more of that in my timeline, but again, I'm just an old puppet, so I get a very different feed.
Yeah, I still stand that this generation needs a lot of work, and I don't know. I'm giving you my personal
We
opinion.
sound
I
like
think
boomers to them, by the way.
not. I don't. This is not
To
even
them.
boomer talk. Like,
No, I know it's not boom, but
yeah, but I get it. I get it. We
we
sound like
are
okay,
the
fine,
to their
fine.
generation, we are what
That's
boomers were
fine.
to us.
100. That is totally fine. I just gotta say that like motherfuckers are not gonna find happiness out here. Either or, either or, because you got people like putting on a massive amount of fucking makeup to go ahead and look like somebody else. And like I always say, like, what happens if you get lost? What happens if you get lost and people are trying to find you, bro? And you look nothing like the picture that you posted on your social media fucking apps. Like, anyway, welcome to Friday Live. We got Rob Nelson. I got that right. We got that right. We got Rob Nelson in the back. He's gonna join us. We'll go and I will be moderating this. I will be asking some questions to both Landy and Rob, and I want to see what their takes on. We're not going to even talk about the markets. We're getting right into politics. I've been waiting. I've been waiting. I'm getting DMs, by the way, from women that are absolutely ticked off with me right now. I am getting. What did I say wrong? Like, I said nothing wrong. I can't wait for the dudes to slide into the DMs and tell me how wrong I am. Crazy. What is this? Let's see. What is this now? Let themselves age out of having kids. We don't need those. Jesus Christ. Okay. I said enough, but I said enough, and I said it in a way where I won't be banned on TikTok. Anyway, let's bring in this guy. Hopefully, he saw the note that I wrote him. Nope, he didn't see the note that I went ahead and wrote for him. But we'll bring on We'll bring on Rob. Rob, what's going on?
How you doing? What was the note you wrote for me?
I said you could change your name in your profile, but it's okay. It's okay. You don't have to.
I didn't see the.
Nobody's gonna see it anyway.
I changed my name in my profile last time. Why else keep having to change my name in my profile? Why doesn't it
Hey,
stay
listen,
my name?
man, it is what it is. All right, let's get right to it. We got both of you guys here. I don't know. Landy seems to be on. Landy, are you here with us or no? He's probably on the
Yes.
call. Oh, you're
No,
here.
I'm
Okay, cool. All right. All right. I was on Rob's show. Rob got offended. He said that I called him. He said, "How dare I call him a Kamala Harris supporter?" He
No.
almost beat me up
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah, that's
He was
blasphemy,
very
bro.
angry.
Why would you do that to him?
He's upset at me.
Right, Landy? See, even Landy agrees. You
Yeah,
can call
no.
me a lot of things, but to call me a Kamala Harris supporter,
He's very upset.
like
Very upset.
I was.
Okay.
Fully justified in being upset with you for that. I would be
All
very
right.
upset too.
We have 20 minutes, so we're gonna keep it to 20 minutes.
Sure.
Puppet.
Real quick.
I
Puppet.
can't believe I didn't get to weigh in on the women conversation, by the way. But I know it's we only have 20 minutes now. But
Well, look, Rob, we could start with the women. We could start with the topic on women and men. I said, and again,
I heard you.
60 minutes each. Oh, excuse me, 60 seconds. I'm thinking
60
Landy's
minutes
talking.
each?
Oh,
Hell yeah. I
shit.
finally get my time.
It's 60 seconds each, okay? 60 seconds. Let's keep it to that. All right, Rob. I know you were in the
Right,
back. I don't know how much you heard of it, but I said that I think
I heard it.
a woman who's a 6 but is super intelligent and knows how to have a conversation, that to me is like a 9-10. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, that wasn't what got people all riled up. I think that's a given. Yeah, I think any woman's hotter if she's smart and funny and can have a conversation. I mean, you can have the hottest woman you've ever seen, and you're gonna get bored. Every guy gets bored. I mean, with a woman who's just like hot and nothing inside her head. Every guy gets bored. They may still like have sex with her. They may still go places with her, but they get bored. They know it. They're staring off into space. They're more interested in something else. You got an interesting, funny, smart woman who's also hot, you got yourself a 10. And if she's like a 6, but super smart and funny, yeah, she bumps up.
Landy?
Same with us. I mean, I don't get mad at that.
Landy, you got 60 seconds.
I agree with Rob.
That's it. Look at him. He didn't even waste time. I'm just here so I don't get fined. All right.
I do
let's,
agree with him. Like genuinely. Like that I will take the time. Let me take this mic back. Hold on.
You got 50 seconds.
Rip it back.
Oh, he's taking his time back, Mr.
You got
Chairman.
50 seconds.
Hey,
I'm
let me
counting.
tell you, I'd like to reclaim my time,
Go ahead.
Mr. Gockstein. All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So, look, if you are, look, there's a lot of women that would, that as a man, I would place in the 5 to 7 category, and if they are intelligent and I was still in the market, that would be very interesting to me. But I already have my 10 in both categories.
The conversation really comes down to we live in a new era. And by the way, you did that in 10 seconds. So I appreciate that, Landy. I will be using the stopwatch here to go ahead and make sure that you stay on time. All right. Rob?
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you like the job that is being done by the president of the United States of America and Iran right now as we speak? Do you think we are close to a win here?
No, I don't actually think we're close to a win. I think we are a ways off from a win. And I think depending on how you calculate a win or a loss, we're at a risk of a loss. Now, we're not going to lose to Iran. That's not the loss. I mean, if you simply wanted to do a military equation, yes, we've decimated most of their military. We're strangling their economy. Iran doesn't have to win anything. They simply have to not literally be extinguished. And their regime knows that. They don't give a crap about how bad their economy is. They don't care how many people are suffering. They had 1 million people die in that war against Iraq in the 80s. They don't care. As long as they can stay alive, they can win. They are martyrs. They've been fighting us for 50 years. They simply have to not lose. And if they can hang on long enough until we feel the heat, the pressure, the midterms, whatever, they can survive this and crawl back out. So no, because I think the only way you end that is more military action. I hate to say it. It's not what I want. What happens?
Landy?
Okay. So first of all, we've already won, and this is just watching Iran die on the vine in terms of its current regime and structure. The outset of this, at the very outset of this, it was very well planned from the moment that Trump came into office. You can see how the strategy flows through to Iran as one of the major pivotal targets that solves many different problems by taking them out and diminishing their military reach on a global stage, their economic reach, their ability to coordinate with proxies on a global stage. At the outset of this particular war, the victory conditions were very clear. We know from the IAEA that where they were in enrichment and what they were capable of. This is not something that was coming from internal intelligence or another intelligence agency. This was from international bodies. And we strategically struck it. They went and attempted to rebuild and reclaim. We then went to war with them in terms of full-on kinetic warfare in a prolonged manner, and we have completely decimated them. Now, the first part, and this had to be done first, you had to decimate them militarily so that we could then blockade and take the rest of the economy down and allow for the infighting within Iran to begin, the fracturing, the questioning of who's aligning with who, and the soft coups that are going to continue to occur within. And we can sit there and wait it out because they are so militarily diminished that the moment that they try to execute military action, we slap them down again and continue to squeeze them economically, which then squeezes all of their partners and puts pressure on the global stage politically. This also solves problems with our allies in the West, and it takes care of the Eastern nations.
Rob?
Yeah, right here.
Any counter to that or no?
Yeah, I mean, and I don't want to just go in a circle on it. I mean, Landy and I come at it very differently. He thinks we won from day one. I think we didn't win, and I don't even believe, and I'll give you credit. You said it before, David, I'm not in the room. I don't think this is the outcome they wanted. I think they never thought it would come to the Strait of Hormuz being shut down. I think they thought they were going to decimate Iran so badly, which they did, that they'd be crippled and incapable of doing anything. And I just don't see it as a win when they're still intercepting ships in the Strait of Hormuz, and the Secretary of War has to come out and just now threaten that he will shoot any ship that's laying mines, because they're clearly laying mines. And that may not affect us directly. When you shut down a quarter of the world's energy access, it's going to cause massive poverty. It's going to cause massive economic shifts, massive agricultural problems, energy problems. It will hurt us. When you throw the world into a recession, it'll hurt us. And the midterms are 6 months away. And if the Republicans get hammered in the midterms, like I said, it does not look good for Trump, the agenda. I don't think he's going to consider it a win if he's impeached in the beginning of next year.
That was I was going to lead in with, do you guys think that Trump will be impeached? But let's go into that topic, the midterms. Landy, do you see 60 seconds? Do you see the Republicans having any chance to win the midterms?
Yes. Crosstabs show that the base of support is not only strong, but it's growing. Many of the polls are very heavily skewed in terms of who they're polling and the methodology. And most people are only looking at the headlines of the polls. They're not actually keeping track of the crosstabs. The other big thing here, and I really have to push back on this. This clearly they knew about the Strait of Hormuz, and they knew the implications of it because it was literally in their national security documentation last year. They documented all of the different straits, and one of the reasons why they were leading in with naval superiority and wanting Greenland and many other places. These folks understand the geopolitical importance of controlling the global shipping lanes because we already do, and then exercising more control over them. Strait of Hormuz, it's not like they didn't know it wasn't going to get shut down when this happened because they were also planning to shut it down if Iran didn't do it. So this actually works to the administration's benefit. As for the midterms, I think that we're going to see a lot of bombshells come out just prior to the midterms that is going to shift the media narrative and will continue to shift the crosstabs in favor of the Republicans. That doesn't mean that I think that they'll win the House. I think the House will be in danger unless we see something occur from SCOTUS regarding some of this redistricting stuff.
Rob, midterms, who wins, Republicans or Democrats?
I don't think there's any chance that Republicans win the House. I mean, even without redistricting, I don't think most of those redistricting efforts will get overturned. I think Virginia will, that her 10-1 advantage that the governor's put in place will hold. I agree with Landy with what you're saying about how people look at superficial polls, but I also think sometimes you don't need a poll to read what's going on. More than most of the country is really not happy with what's going on in Iran, no matter how you want to spin it. They don't like paying $4 a gallon for gas, and that's in a cheap state like Tennessee. They just don't. They don't like grocery prices being where they are. They hate President Trump saying things are fine. They're fine. That's a Joe Biden move. David, you and I have talked about that. That's a Joe Biden move. You're fine. It's just in your head. It pisses them off. I think voters are mad. I think they're frustrated. I think they're disappointed that the Republicans controlling both houses and the presidency haven't done more. And I think they're gonna. I think it's gonna come in payback. And I think I really realistically think they lose both houses. I know the Senate, the numbers are trickier, but there's enough there that I mean, they don't need to win very much in the Senate to do it. I do think they control both houses after the midterms.
I also want to say this. I put out a poll on TikTok on my bulletin board, and I asked the question: do you regret voting for Trump? Yes, no, or did you vote for Trump? I forgot what it was exactly, but it was 83% came back to. Hold on, I'll tell you right now. They said that they wouldn't change their vote. 83% said they're happy with Donald Trump, essentially. So only like 13% said that they would, they regret voting for Trump. Okay. What's next after Iran? Do you think that the United States of America goes after Cuba, or go at this point Cuba and Greenland? Do you think that's on the table, and do you think we get out of NATO? So there's a lot of parts in that question. Go for it, Landy.
Need more than 60 seconds for that one.
I'll give you two. I'll give you 2 minutes.
Okay,
2 minutes. Wow.
hey, you'll get 2 minutes. You'll get 2 minutes. Don't
It's
worry,
2
don't-
minutes turns into 4.
Right.
Like it's.
All right,
I know. That's
Well,
what I'm worried about. We're going to run out of time.
let's get rolling. In terms of post Iran, I think that we are going to continue to blockade Iran for as long as necessary. This could go well on into the summer and even up into midterms. I don't think that it's going to be the focus of the narrative here in the next couple of weeks. I think that we're going to start seeing some movement on some various items and topics here because they're about to get shut in on their oil side. So and there's a lot of stuff going on internally in Iran that is not good for Iran. I think that what this leads to in NATO, I don't think that we exit NATO. I think that there is a bigger focus on European nations contributing to their own security in NATO, and the United States takes a bit of a step back and forms new alliances with other nations directly. And we see that we continue to expand alliances in South America. I think that the next big thing is going to actually be on the geopolitical stage is going to be to watch how how the EU nations and NATO nations handle the upcoming economic shock that they are going to get, because even if everything was open as of today, the drawdown in energy reserves that they already had, they're struggling. It takes time, even during normalized traffic and flow, for them to get back up to speed, and that lag time is going to take them through the end of Q3, in my opinion. Even all if things were fully open today, I don't think that the Trump administration wants this resolved with Iran. I think they want to drag it out. I think they want the economic pressure on Europe. They want the economic pressure on Asia and, of course, Russia.
Wow. Hold on. This is amazing. I got to show this. Under 2 minutes. What? Oh, holy shit. Shout out
Remember,
to
I
Landy.
did. People call me up on Spaces to debate them. They literally call me out in comments to go and debate them. So I'm used
That's
to
it. I
this.
gave you credit just now. Don't go into your 3 minute. Just give me a second rant, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Gave you credit, Landy. Go for it, Rob.
It's a big, complicated question. I mean, I agree with Landy. I agree with you about Europe and the energy markets. I mean, we're just going to disagree that they intended this. Although maybe they did. Maybe I don't believe Donald Trump intended this. Maybe people in his administration did. I find it impossible to believe Trump was like, yeah, let's have a prolonged engagement with Iran that's going to tank the polls around Republicans and, you know, hope for the best. But that said, I think you're 100% right. I don't think the Strait opens up anytime soon. And when it does, the energy issue's already hit. It's going to be hard. I'm worried about what that repercussion does outside of Europe. I don't know. I agree with Landy here too. I don't think we leave NATO, but I got to be honest. I don't really. I've come a long way in this in the last couple of years. I don't really see the value it's providing. I just feel like it's an alliance that was made for a different era, and we carry the weight of it. I see zero situation where it would ever be in our best interest. Like, if, you know, certainly no one's going to come attack the US and we need Europe to come. We couldn't even get them to go take care of their own shipping lanes. I do worry that what if Putin decided he wanted to just march on into Europe? I don't think that's very likely at this point. But, you know, truthfully, I just think Landy's right. I think it's new alliances. I almost wish we would. I think Trump's just threatening to rattle the cage and make them pay more, but I don't think paying more is the issue. I think we really have to ask ourselves, does this alliance serve? It's a different world order now. Does it serve the US? I don't think so. Does it even ultimately serve Europe? Probably in a case of a major war, yeah, but maybe they just got to get their own act together and as a continent be able to defend themselves. I don't know what the next big thing is. I don't know. I hope it's not Cuba. It's not Greenland.
I can't believe Landy beat you in terms of time.
Well, I had 2 minutes and I was going to use my full 2 minutes. Why would I hand those minutes off?
Respect. Gentlemen from I don't know where you're from, you can go ahead and yield the mic. I want to ask you this question. The prediction markets, Poly Market, has Kamala Harris maybe winning the primary, or, you know, obviously her being the one who front runs or runs for the Democrats. What do you guys think here? Is this an easy win? If she's the candidate that the Democrats pick here, is this an easy win for the Republican Party in 2028?
Who are you asking?
No.
Let's go with Rob and then Landy.
No, it's not. I mean, Republicans in California have such a hard time. You're talking about the governor's race, right?
No, I'm talking about they have it where she could
presidency?
be most likely the presidential candidate in 2028. So is this an easy victory for the Republican Party? Or do you guys see the United States of America saying, you know what? We had Trump for 4 years. We don't want MAGA anymore. Let's try Kamala Harris here. So go for it.
No one's trying Kamala Harris. And I don't even, who's ever betting that, that's a long shot bet. It won't happen. There's no version of Kamala Harris once again being the candidate for the Democrats. I don't care how dumb that party is. They're not. First of all, the far left isn't going to let it happen. Secondly, mainstream voters aren't, and if they did, they would get slaughtered. Geez, David, you could run and win over her.
Wow.
You know?
What? What am I chopped liver? Let me tell you something. I would make a great president. I would make a fucking great president. You think Trump is bad? They would hate me. Okay? Say something about me. I'm deporting you. I'll show you communism. I'll show you King's Day. Okay? I will deport your ass back from where your ancestors came from. That's right. The DG policy, man. Like, go ahead, talk shit. Fuck around, find out. That's the executive order that would have passed. The fuck around and find out policy. Okay? Go ahead, Landy. What do you think? Your girl,
should give yourself some applause
Kamala
for
over there
that.
that you voted for. He voted for Kamala Harris. So go ahead.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Look, one, I don't think Kamala Harris has a shot to win the primary. That would be the most outlier of bets. It's probably just her constituents or somebody, some insider in a campaign trying to get her name back in the headlines. Because she's trying to rehab her image, and I don't think it's for the national stage. I think it's actually for California. I think she's trying to reposition for something here in California, and it's not even governor's side. I don't think she has a shot, not even a long shot of becoming their nominee. I think that we will see some candidates come out of nowhere to challenge Newsom run for the Democrat primary. And that's provided he even makes it. There's a long time before then, and there's a lot of problems with Mr. Newsom. And once the rest of the country wakes up to that, you're not going to see, I don't think you're going to see a California representative running for the Democrat primary in 28. I think that they're going to shift with the landscape, and they're going to try somebody in the middle. I really do. I think that they themselves know that they need to distance from the left, from the far left, while still trying to entice the core of the base of the left with moderate Democrats and try to get those independents to swing back their way.
That was 35 seconds over. I just want to say, I'm going to ask this question to Rob. Obviously, probably last question because Rob you got to go, right? Rob got to probably go.
No, I'm good. I got a few more minutes. I'm good.
Okay,
I'm
perfect.
Good
Then we keep going. I want to ask you this. You've been in the political game for a long time. You've been covering media for a long time. What needs to happen politically on both parties, from the Democrats and Republicans? What needs to happen to finally bring unification into politics? Because we can't keep going at this rate. Respect. I'm a Republican. I'm MAGA head. I voted for Trump. You guys know my story. I don't have to explain it to you again. But at some point, we do need a unifier in this country. Trump can't do it because people hate Trump. That's it. Like, even if he gave it his best shot, it wouldn't happen. What needs to happen here to bring in an actual unifier that can unify both parties and the country?
You're right. Trump can't do it at this point. I don't think any mainstream traditional candidate from either party could do it. I don't think anyone would be open to it. Even you said if Donald Trump did it, he's hated so much. Let's say you found a candidate who was like, a Bill Clinton-esque like candidate of the current time, who kind of appealed to the moderates. The other side didn't hate him. They found some of what he was doing acceptable. I don't think anyone would listen. I think whichever party that came from would feel like they were compromising by playing with the other side, and whichever side they weren't from would just hate them no matter what compromises they made. And you see that even with Bill Maher as not a candidate but as a host. You see what happens when the right still trashes him for the most part. The left, even the left that's moderate, finds him to be a sellout. Jimmy Kimmel probably hates Bill Maher as much as he hates Donald Trump. And, Bill Maher keeps insisting, look, I'm a liberal, I'm a progressive, I criticize Trump all the time. No, people won't hear it. And Gavin Newsom's tried to play that role. I'm going to agree with Landy a lot, not seen yet, but he's tried to be look, I can listen to the other side. I can sit down and have the conversations. It's not earning him any favors with his side. And it's certainly, just ask you and Landy, it's certainly not making you think, oh, maybe Gavin Newsom would be like a decent in the middle kind of guy. So I don't think anyone can do it right now. I don't know when somebody can, what that person will be like. I think we're going to split and fracture a lot more before we come back together. I think we are at the edge of a legitimate political civil war, not just a divide, a political, not a physical, not a violent civil war, but it's going to have economic repercussions. And you're seeing it with the redistricting everywhere. Everybody's now just cutting it up. Who's ever in control, just wipe the other side. And I don't care how you put the districts, to tear them apart, rip them around, get 10 and give them 1. Everyone's going to do it. Seen the beginning, not the end.
Landy, your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't think that there's any candidate mainstream, and even in the bullpen, I'm not seeing many. I've even seen people. I've seen some moderates, float like a Fetterman. I like Fetterman, even though I disagree with him vehemently on policies. But look at what happened. Now he is entirely ostracized from his own party. Even though he aligns with them on most issues, he's completely ostracized himself by taking up a common sense stances on many things. So the majority of things he's common sense about. It's the things that he aligns with on the left that Republicans and conservatives don't care for, and because he has worked with people on the right in Congress, because he has supported certain initiatives from conservatives, he is now completely ostracized. There's no middle ground. And the reason why I bring this up is I think that there's going to be a base realignment between Republicans and Democrats. For many years, disaffected Republicans became MAGA, and then Democrats started to come over and become MAGA. And then you had the rhinos and the extremes on the right and the extremes on the left that are just stuck in their camps. And you have, I think what's going to happen now is we're going to see an evolution of a MAGA type base build out. And it's going to become different than what we see MAGA is now, but we'll likely see MAGA become more of that. And you're going to see a supermajority of constituents that might align under one or the other banner. Don't know what that is right now, but looking about probably 8 years from now, we're probably going to see a massive realignment of party affiliation with a faction that is forced to align with one of the two parties, a la MAGA aligning with conservatives.
Well, I want to thank you, gentlemen, for coming on today. Landy, especially in the morning. We were talking about Speedos and how Landy wears Speedos in California, the ones with the G-string in the back. Because
Landy, tell me you don't really wear Speedos.
No, I told him I wear board shorts because as a puppet, there's a giant hole back there for the puppet master's hand, and if you wear a G-string,
he's literally lying. Replay the show. He was saying, "Hey, man, I'm out here walking with my butt cheeks out because I feel like I get a better tan out on the West Coast when I lay out." So weird stuff, man. Weird stuff in the beginning of the show. He's calling himself Tarzan. He's saying a lot of.
Oh, you're gonna love David's Tarzan story.
No, it's just weird. But it's okay. I mean, Rob, do you wear Speedos by any chance?
I do not and never will, and I doubt I ever have worn a Speedo. I would go butt-ass naked before I'd wear a Speedo.
Landy works
I have
out.
gone naked.
Exactly what I said.
I was naked on national television,
You what?
Butt-ass naked on national television.
Wait, what?
I thought I was the first one.
I did a show. When I had one of my talk shows, the Rob Nelson show on Fox, we did a show on nudity, and I came out butt-ass naked. They blurred it, but I was fucking butt-ass naked in front of 200 people in an audience and on camera, full on. Although, like you said, they blurred it. but no Speedo. So you never see me in the Speedo is my point.
You know,
Nor will I ever have my hand up the ass of a puppet either. But those are
See?
things, maybe I will put on my one day never knew list. I would do. Wear a Speedo and walk around with my hand up a puppet's ass.
you know. I remember when I flew my
And
first
not
time.
vote for
going-
Kamala Harris. Let me be clear, but not vote for Kamala
Listen,
Harris.
you look, Rob. Okay, we asked the questions, and I appreciate you guys definitely coming on today and having this Friday debate with each other. It's cool to listen and sit back and listen to you guys. I remember going to St. By the way, you definitely 100%, Rob. You were a white guy for Kamala Harris.
But
I'm
don't do this.
sure-
No.
I'm sure.
No.
I'm
There's
looking for the
no way.
video, but I'm sure you had the white guys for Kamala Harris T-shirt on, and you were like, you and the rest of the celebrities, you're like, yes, Kamala is the one that can save us. What is she running on? We don't know. Maybe like getting drunk at 4 p.m. in the afternoon or some shit. But it's okay. Listen,
Rob, I'm trying to
Rob,
wrap
it's
my
okay.
puppet hands around his neck and shake
It's
him, and
okay.
it's not working.
It's
I
okay.
know.
Listen, Landy from the West Coast voted for her. I mean, like.
Oh my God.
Both
what's
of you, I
scary to
got
me?
two want to be Republican. Well, I don't know. You're more of a libertarian. Landy is a fake Republican. So, like,
No, I did not get paid by the by the Southern
Wow.
Poverty
I'll
Law
say
Center.
this.
Okay.
he's going to come out the same
Sometimes-
way Nick Fuentes came out and the rest of the MAGA crew. Watch, I'm telling you, there's 2 or 3 weeks down the line, Landy's going to come out and say, I told you, bitches, like, surprise. Never trust the puppet. That's all I got to say. Never trust the puppet, man. You don't know who's handling him. You don't know who's. I'm just fucking. He's dying laughing. Guys, tune into Rob Nelson's show. It goes on at Mondays and Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So tune into that. If I don't know if I'm still going to appear on there after this show. Hopefully I do, but usually I
You're
come
gonna
on
come
Wednesday.
You're coming with a Speedo and a puppet, and I'm gonna get you a special little fake conservatives for Kamala thing for you to have.
Wow.
I don't know what should I call it. Like MAGA for
Sure.
Kamala. How about MAGA for Kamala?
Man, you know what's crazy? I have
Kamala.
as a
Rob,
New Yorker, I
I'm gonna
have so
talk
much to
over
say right
David
now,
right
but
now.
I don't want to get banned on TikTok.
I'm going
There's
to
so
talk
much
over
that I want
David
to
right now, Rob, because you want to know why he was asking about your opinion on Kamala winning the primary in 2028. It's because he's really hoping, and he's the one that's been betting on that market. So he's like, man, I can't wait. He was hoping for Gavi, his boy Gavi Newsom. He was going to sit there with his Speedo on and do an interview. This was the plan. That you know what we're going to find out? We're going to find out that anonymous name that they are not naming that got paid the $270,000 from the Southern Poverty Law Center was none other than David Gokhshtein. And he's really
Yeah,
just
it was
running
me.
a giant
Yeah.
psyop,
It was-
America First, MAGA psyop. And he has actually been secretly supporting Democrat politicians the entire
Of course. I mean, like, I am so excited to, if I could,
time.
I,
Rob, he disappeared. He literally just faded away. What happened?
yeah, I can say some mean stuff right now.
There he is.
Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Welcome
I
back,
went
Rob.
away.
Rob was so blown away that I
Well,
said that he was a part of the Kamala Harris campaign.
I
That he
think this
froze.
was part of the psyop. David wiped me out in the middle. He just removed me.
I saw
Listen,
this.
guys, listen.
More
It's okay
proof.
to change your minds, man. It's a good thing. Like, listen, you
Tune
were
into my
an avid
podcast.
Kamala Harris fan
Oh, David Gokhshtein.
and supporter, and like Landy had. I mean, he had the
Being paid by
posters
Israel.
all over the goddamn lawn. Like it was Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. You know what? I think you guys supported her because of Tim Walz. Dancing hands, Tim Walz. Happy
Yeah,
hands.
because,
and who wouldn't love Tim Walz, man? That guy is amazing.
David, just
He's
show
a
us
real
your
guy's guy.
Re-
Kamala Harris.
The
knee
way he
pad.
was showing how to change oil filters, oh my god, my nipples got so hard.
See, I
Watching
knew it.
that.
Kamala Harris. David's the one with the Kamala Harris knee pads. That's why he's doing 2-a-days right now, because he's got to get those knee pads working again.
All
And
right.
look,
Listen,
I get it. I get it.
much
Look, I
respect
know
to
that
you.
you're being paid by Israel, the Southern Poverty Law
Yeah,
Center,
Hey,
APIC.
can you tell me how I can get paid by Israel? How about let's make how can I get paid by Israel? Israel, if you're watching, how can I get paid? Everybody accuses me of being paid by. Can you pay me, please? Please. Like, I will tell me where to send the invoice. People don't understand. I don't the ADL has a page about me enlisting me as an alt-right member. Okay. So, like, bro, at this point, I got no tribe. I might as well vote for Kamala at this point. Anyway.
There it goes.
Anyway, listen, gentlemen, I do really appreciate it. Landy also has a show Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where he breaks down the markets, the macro, all that good stuff. Landy does do some wicked shit when it comes to charts, man. He is a wizard with charts. I would definitely tune in if you want to stay ahead of the markets. All right, guys. I know you guys probably got some, like, I don't know, hacky sack tournaments to go to in support of Kamala and fundraising. So do your thing. Thank you, Rob. Have a great weekend. Landy, you have a great weekend as well.
Take care, guys.
Talk to you guys. Bye.
Those are the boys, man. Those are the boys that voted for Kamala Harris. That's right. Those are the boys that voted for Kamala Harris. Welcome to Friday Live, where Landy and Rob voted for. I'm going to tell you right now, since they're off the air, let me let you guys know how I know. I seen when me and Rob were talking one time, he was wearing a Kamala Harris, white guy for Kamala Harris t-shirt, okay? He was so excited. What's her favorite line? Unburden. Hold on. What is it? What is Kamala's? Hold on. What is Kamala's line? Hold on. Kamala's line is Kamala. Hold on. Kamala Harris. This is what these guys would constantly talk about. It's what can be unburdened by what has been. Now, I don't understand what that means. I'm going to just tell you right now, I have no fucking clue what that means. Maybe I am absolutely the R word. Okay? What is happening here? Hold on. Well, don't try to sneak. I think they're trying to sneak in. No. This is what they consistently say. What can be unburdened by what has been? Landy is a big time fund. He raises funds for the Democratic Party. It is crazy. It is crazy to watch. And then both of them come on like, oh, I'm a liberal. Rob comes on, I'm a libertarian. I'm a libertarian who's liberal, a real liberal. I'm a real liberal. And then he goes and flies out on his jet. Flies out to meet Gavin Newsom, Tim Walz, AOC, Timu Obama. And Landy. That's why he doesn't show his face. Landy doesn't show his face because he doesn't want anybody to know that he is a secret. He's against the SAVE Act, by the way. Landy is against the SAVE Act. Just want you guys to know, he is absolutely against the SAVE Act. He wants every single undocumented individual who's in this country right now to be able to vote for Kamala Harris or Gavin Newsom or whoever else is running on the Democratic side. Okay? Timu, you guys don't know who Timu Obama is, man? I'm going to destroy you for this next show. Oh, shit. They're in the back. Ladies and gentlemen, both of them are right now in the back. They are mad. Rob's face, he got good sun where he's out. He don't need sun today. His face is red. And I can only imagine what Landy's face looks like. I heard Landy looks like powder. He's definitely red in the face. Exposing you. No, it's good to have those guys on the show. We might not all agree on everything, but I think we do agree that these politicians should be working for us. I think we could come to the conclusion that the politicians should be working for us. The way that they're redistricting all this shit, it's like they're working for themselves, not the American people. Like, what is fucking happening? We vote you guys in, not the other way around. That's the bullshit. I'm a Republican, great. I'm a MAGA guy, great. I love Trump, great. But like, I don't like this shit where the politicians are going to tell us what the fuck to do. We the people. Don't forget about that. It's we the people. And now you guys can sit in the back in the green room, okay, backstage and talk all your shit like you act like I'm lying out here. Like you guys weren't so enthusiastic for Gavin Newsom being ahead in the polls on Polymarket. I saw your reactions when I came onto your show. I saw your reaction when I came onto your show, Rob. You were so thrilled. Happy. I know what it is. I know what time it is. I know my people. And by the way, Israel, if you're paying $7,000 per post, let me know. DavidGokhshtein.com. Okay, you can go ahead and send me an email. Let's link up. I don't mind. If I got to register as an agent, as a foreign agent, no problem. I'll take $7,000. I post a lot now. I'll take $7,000 a post. I'll take it. 100%. To be serious here. I think we are going to win this war with Iran. I do, like, I've been going back and forth. Like, I kind of slowly am siding with Rob in terms of take them completely out. Because they're like, I've had conversations with people from Iran, and they're like, you got to take out this entire regime. You don't understand. Like, there's no negotiating. You guys think in America that there's negotiations that can go on with these people? There is none. They are terrorists. So if we're there already, two things are going to happen. One, America will do it, or two, Israel will. It's either or. Like there is no, I don't believe there is going to be peace there. And in Israel's eyes, I think in their eyes, there will never be peace with this current regime in there. And they're going to do something to go ahead and get rid of them. There's no other way. It's either America does it or Israel does it. And maybe America will let Israel do it, because America will leave and say, look, we negotiated, and then here comes Israel, bam, bam, bam. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe I'm right. As for Landy said something interesting about he thinks the Republican Party will win the midterms. I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of like, I don't know. Maybe if everything ends in Iran right now, maybe. But I don't know. Trump, I said this on Rob's show, Trump, and it's the same thing I had beef with Biden about. Even though the economy is so much better under Trump, no matter what anybody fucking says, there are still people that are struggling, and they need to be acknowledged. You can't say that no president, doesn't matter what, and it doesn't even matter if the economy is thriving. You can't come out and say that everything's all good when there are people suffering. There are people out there that are not doing well, even though the economy might be booming. You have to acknowledge these people, and you have to say, as president and as somebody who cares about America, you have to say, hey, and we know there are people that are still, working two jobs, and I'm going to make sure that we take care of that. That kind of language, okay? That kind of language. More of that versus everybody's thriving. No, not everybody is thriving. See, everybody thinks I'm a hardcore Republican. At the end of the day, I'm a hardcore American. That's what you guys get confused with. I'm a hardcore American. I can agree with a Democrat. I can have a conversation with a Democrat and agree with them. I grew up in New York City. Plenty of Democrats. I have plenty of friends who are Democrats, and we can agree to disagree on a lot of things, but I can agree on some of the issues. It's America first. It's Americans first. It's what benefits us first. So we have to acknowledge the people that aren't doing well. We really do. We can't have our noses in the air and say everything's fucking, everything's great. Not everything's great, okay? We have a homeless pandemic, okay? Fentanyl, I know it's lower now, but we have, drugs all over the streets. We got veterans that are suffering still right now. And even though it's better, and obviously we have a president who cares about the military, we have veterans that have fought for this country. They are coming back, okay? Some of them are coming back with limbs lost, okay? They are suffering. And all they get is a VA card? No, that is not right. We need to have job opportunities available for these. Number one, the insurance has to be way better. The coverages and everything has to be way better for them. Way better for them. And job opportunities. If a lot of these vets who come back from serving in all these wars come back here and they can't get a job, create a job for them. I already gave you the perfect example of a job creation here. As long as they can pass a test in terms of a mental, physical, have them patrol schools. You'll stop school shootings. You imagine you put a veteran, one or two veterans in front of a school, and you will put an end to any of these psychopaths that try to come into these schools and shoot up the place. They will give up. These veterans were willing to give. These vets are ready. Military folks are ready to give up their lives for this country. I guarantee you they will be willing and ready to give up their lives to save kids who just go into school to learn. On said day. Only to have some fucking maniac come in and do some crazy shit and take people's lives. Put somebody from the military in front of the motherfucking place. Watch what happens. Fuck around and find out. Dow came in here and said, take them out, so wipe out another country. This is the American way. I think this is where people just don't understand where I'm going with this. And it's okay, because we won't ever see eye to eye. And I respect Dow Chemist, much respect to him, but we'll never go into see eye to eye. We just never will. I'm an American and I root for America. That's it. I don't root for other countries. And I especially will not root for Iran, who is a real terroristic state and has been one for the last 4 decades. So and it's not only because somebody's going to say Israel. It has nothing to do with Israel. They've been taking out Americans. They've been taking out everybody in that goddamn region. So to say, oh my God, Iran's regime, I stand by them, that's wild. But do your thing. And God bless everybody. If you want to stand with a bunch of terrorists that have been terrorizing their own people, no problem. No problem. I'm anti-war. Do I want America going out there getting into wars? No. We have to take care of things at home. But I understand what's happening. This is bigger than just Iran. It's what Landy mentioned also. We're squeezing. We are fucking squeezing. We are squeezing the UK, the EU, and everybody else into submission. We're taking back our shit, basically. And I love to see it. I love to see us finally take back our shit and own our shit. Anyway, I'll be right back with the quote of the day right after this.
What first got you excited about blockchains? Think about it. Oh, wait. I bet it wasn't multi-million-dollar hacks, exposed data, or finding somewhere safe to store your seed phrase. Was it? Maybe it was the idea of decentralizing a broken financial system. Maybe it was imagining a world where people own their own data and get to sharing the value it creates. Or maybe It was a promise of a fundamentally better way of connecting, communicating, and transacting. The next phase of the internet that empowers us instead of exploiting us. So why hasn't that happened yet? Why are we still living with the same broken system that blockchains promised to fix? It's because blockchains can't keep a secret. Enabling open, transparent systems was only the first half of the challenge. For blockchains to really change the world, they also have to be able to protect our sensitive data when it matters. And that's why we built Midnight, to bring down the final barrier to mass adoption and unlock the full potential of the decentralized web. Let's build the internet we deserve, together.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know this in crypto. Ownership matters. That's why Cake Wallet. Cake Wallet gives you full control of your digital assets, all in one easy-to-use application. You can store Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, Monero, and many more with just one secure backup. Swap between coins in seconds. No copying addresses, no complicated steps, and even includes Bitcoin Lightning for faster payments. And with Cake Wallet built in, you can use crypto in real life through debit cards or gift cards. Simple, secure, self-custody. Download Cake Wallet and take control of your crypto. Friday. It is Friday. We're sponsored by main title sponsor Midnight. Also, Polymarket is the official prediction market sponsor of this show and of the DG brand. Cake Wallet. Shout out to Cake Wallet. Go ahead and stop by and meet all the guys from Cake Wallet at Bitcoin 2026. It's right here. It's already here this week. Also, shout out to People's Reserve. They'll also be there. Everybody's going to be there. Everybody's going to be there at Bitcoin 2026. You never know. You never know if I hop on that jet. You never know. Somebody's offered me to hop on a jet. Never know what happens. Anyway, quote of the day. Let's go to the quote of the day. Quote of the day shall be your progress doesn't have to be seen, congratulated, or validated by others for it to be real. There you go. One last time. Your progress doesn't have to be seen, congratulated, or validated by others for it to be real. Guys, it's been real this week. Thank you very much for tuning in on all channels. Thank you to TikTok, the moderators on TikTok. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate Twitter. I appreciate Getter and everybody, every social media platform that I'm on. We'll be coming out some really cool content, fitness content. I'm going to be doing fitness content 100%, so you can have a chance to see me naked. There you go. Take this thing off already. Fucking tired wearing this shit the whole day, man. It is Friday. It is sunny outside, okay? It is absolutely sunny. I am absolutely going to go out and have a good time. Okay, I'm going out. I'm having a good time. I'm gonna go drive. Okay, drive and hit a spot. Okay, lay back and chill and look at the sun and appreciate. Maybe I shitcoin too. Maybe I shitcoin before I go. Maybe I shitcoin. I don't know. Man. Now I can look. The two-a-days beautiful. Man, I can even see it through. Anyway, shouldn't be looking at myself like this. More about insecurities of the one judging. Who's that? Fran, who are you talking about? Me? I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm sorry. What is yours? And your country is only 250 years old. This dude's like, your country, if you're talking about Europe, Europe has been at war since humans stepped onto that goddamn fucking land. But your country's 250 years. What are you talking about? Anyway, Guys, I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you guys find somebody, okay? Find somebody who you can talk to and have a good conversation with. Seriously, I hope you go out there and you find somebody that you can have a conversation with. Shout out to everybody again who tunes in. Shout out to the crypto markets. We're coming back, and so are your favorite influencers. Your favorite influencers are now coming back. Yeah, they went ahead and pivoted towards McDonald's, some pivoted towards AI, some pivoted towards selling things on TikTok, and now they're coming back. Now they're coming back and telling you, I told you so. I told you the markets are coming back. You didn't believe me that the markets are coming back. Now they're back. Now they're back telling you, oh my God, look at Bitcoin selling. I told you it would happen. I told you as we come close to May, it would happen. All these people are back. They're deleting their posts. They're all back. Even some that went ahead and started to try to do geopolitics, they've come back to crypto. They're ready to sell you a fucking ebook. That's right. The ebook's called The Comeback is Real. I'm telling you, watch. The paid groups are coming. Let's go. We are so back. When your favorite influencer is back, you know we are back. We are back, baby. Anyway, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Shout out to the sponsors. Appreciate the sponsors. And on that note, I'm out.